Hey guys, so in a previous video I had alluded to the fact that when I set up my greenhouse, or at least the base of the greenhouse, this thing behind me, I miscalculated something. So essentially this base fits directly inside of this frame. And where that created a problem is that you actually have to screw the walls, the main post here, from the inside to the outside where the posts are sitting. So that created the situation where I actually couldn't do that because the frame sat directly over the base down below it. So what I've done is I've lifted the aluminum frame here off of the wooden base, and the best idea that I could come up with to fix this, aside from redoing the base, which I did not want to redo, was to take and go ahead and screw the wall post with the screws on that side and then lift the frame back onto the base. My theory here is that it's going to float on top of the base because those screws are going to act as like little anchors to hold it up around the edges. It might not be the best solution, but it's the one I've got right now. And then once I get the entire greenhouse set up, my plan is to take little L brackets and mount those to the insides, again anchoring this frame to the wooden base with just some more touch points, so that hopefully if a lot of wind comes through here, which often does, it's not going to get trashed or thrown around too much in that. So right now I'm getting myself organized. I'm going to get stuff set up. I'm going to get the outer walls done, get it lifted back, and then I'll check back in. Hey guys, so it's been about a week since I started working on this. We had to accommodate some rainstorms. As you can see, a large portion of the greenhouse is complete and ready to go, and I have the best news possible. We're going to go inside the greenhouse and we're going to talk about that. So here we are inside of the greenhouse. All of my worry and concern about how I had built this base totally wound up being unfounded, so props to me for anxiety. What happened was, after we put it together, we lifted it up, we sat it on the base, and because the base is aluminum, what we realized is there was actually enough play to the entire frame still that we could actually get it down over the wooden base and still be able to anchor it to it, which is like peak happiness. I'm so happy that it ended up working out this way. I do have some insights on how this greenhouse was put together, that issues and things that I came across, especially in the instructions booklet, etc. I want to do a video specifically on how to build one of these greenhouses, but I just wanted to share a short little video on the greenhouse blunder and how, I guess, the ending of this video shows that it wound up not being much of a greenhouse blunder. But I will say, if you are going to build one of these aluminum greenhouses and you want a base to anchor it to, do not make my mistake. Don't stress yourself out. Make sure you read all the instructions. One of the things I learned is you really have to look at the pictures on steps ahead in this particular instructions manual, because it's not always clear and you sometimes don't get the answer until 1 or 2 photos ahead in the book. Make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. That way you don't run into this sort of issue. I think I got incredibly lucky with how this ended up working out. I am still a little surprised and floored that it worked out the way that it did. I mean, I was kind of like jumping for joy in the yard when I realized that you could actually still push it down around the base that we built. It is snug. It's really tight. I'm hoping, knock on wood, that once we get the roof on, or once we go to put the roof on, that it won't cause any issues with it being maybe a little bit more expanded in the lower portions of the frame. I don't know if you could see it in the video. There is a little bit of a tilt down, but I'm hoping that overall that won't be too big of a problem. But yeah, take the time, read the instructions, read the instructions and understand them, and do whatever you need to do to make sure you take the stress out of gardening and building, because boy, can that be stressful enough on its own. I am going to put the roof on, probably not within the next week or 2. We are predicted, I'll believe it when I see it, to have a snowstorm come through. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. They keep saying we're going to have snow, and so far the Pacific Northwest has had no snow at all, which is deeply concerning coming for the upcoming fire season. But once that happens, once the snow comes through, I'm going to put the roof on it, going to take and get some sealer. There's definitely some huge gaps. I don't know if you can see those gaps, like how it pops out in the panels over there. So all of these panels sort of pop out away from the top. The panels came warped when I got it in the mail, like literally they were delivered that way. So we're gonna get some sheetrock screws, or not sheetrock screws, sheet metal screws, and we're gonna drill those in, and then I'm gonna caulk everything inside and out to kind of seal it up. And then we're gonna get it extra anchor to the base. I'm still gonna use those L brackets to make sure that everything is solid. And then yeah, it's gonna be my little greenhouse. I have wanted a greenhouse my whole life, and I finally am going to have one, and I could not be happier about that. So thanks for taking the time to listen to my little greenhouse story, and stay tuned if you're interested in seeing how exactly I put together this aluminum greenhouse and the tips that I would have for that sort of venture, because let me tell you what, the instruction book, not clear at all. So yeah, if you like this video, please take a moment to subscribe, like the video, share it, hit that little bell button so that you know when I post more, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.